Hey everyone, welcome to my garage. I'm Matt Raver. I'm the owner and operator of Archangel Luxury Automotive Enhancement. Today we're going to be doing a product unboxing and review of a new extractor. So I'm super excited for that. I'll show you my old one. So without any further ado, we'll go ahead and get started. So today we have the Mytee HP60. I'm upgrading from the Mytee S300, which wasn't a bad extractor, a little small, not a ton of suction power, but it did the job for me. Just fortunate and blessed enough to be able to upgrade to a little bit more of a professional one. We'll go ahead and get this thing out of the box. I mean, this machine's quite a bit bigger than the other one, but still for you mobile guys, it'll fit in a van pretty well. This one, there's a lot of mobile detailers that are using it. A lot of shops are using it right now. Mytee's been kind of setting the bar as far as, quality and size and suction and everything on their machines. So I'm pretty excited to be jumping into this one. And I'll let you guys know my dead honest opinion on it. I won't sugarcoat it. I wasn't 100% happy with the smaller one, with the S300, but I've heard really good things about this one. The S300 is also a little bit more of an entry level, I would say. Price point, that one's around 500 bucks. I actually got this one from detailking.com, and I'll put a link down below where I got it from. They're a direct supplier for Mytee, so their prices are better than anywhere else. Looking on Amazon, I think it was $16.99 on Amazon. On Detail King, right now it's $14.99, which is up a little bit from when I bought it. The prices do fluctuate, and everything's gone up lately, so. Anyways, so we've got the box open. We'll just kind of start pulling some stuff out. This looks like my hose, my solution line all in one. I did opt for the upgraded upholstery tool. So typically you get the plastic one from them. I like the plastic one, but it's okay. The reason I like the stainless steel one a little bit better is because it is a little bit more robust. It's gonna handle drops a little bit better. Here's the stainless steel one. Now the benefit to the plastic one is that it is see-through. So as you're pulling your solution and your water out of the carpet, you can see really well if you still have soap. So you need to make sure that you get all of the soap out when you're doing this. And when we do the product testing, I'll go a little bit more in depth about that. But they make an option to get the stainless steel one with the window. So that way I can still see if I'm bringing all of the solution out of the carpet. So this is, it was a few bucks more, $70 more to get this. Definitely worth it. And this thing is heavy. So shipping weight, it's about 80 pounds. We're gonna see if I'm feeling strong today to be able to get this out by myself. Fortunately, my wife's not gonna be able to help me because she broke her foot playing red light, green light with my kids. And she's a little disabled right now. So let's see if we can get this out without making a total mess. It is a little heavy, but it's not too bad. I'll get this plastic off of here, and there she is, the HP60 Spyder. Typical Mytee colors with the blue and the black. So the material, this is the roto-molded polyurethane, so super tough stuff. We've got 3-inch casters on all 4 corners. So this will roll pretty well. So they are locking. So let me swing this around for you guys to see the front of it. You've got your buttons up here, your vacuum, your pump, and your heater. So I'll go into detail also when we actually put this thing to the test, because there are some things that you have to do in the sequence that you operate these to make sure you prolong the life of your motor and your pump in here. One reason that I went with this one over the 8070 as well is all of these buttons are on the back bottom side, right underneath the drain on the 8070. And I mean, they are closed in this plastic, like waterproof stuff, but for me it just didn't seem like a great idea. So I like the layout of these. I think it's a little easier too. If you need to shut it off, you're working inside the car, you don't have to reach around the entire machine to turn them off. They're just nicely located up here. This is gonna be for your solution. This is your water tank. It's just a quick disconnect. You plug into there, plug your hose into there, you're ready to go. So let's turn around to the back side here. You get a 25-foot power cord, plenty of length. You might still need to run it off an extension cord, just depending on where your power's laid out and how big of a vehicle you're doing. Another advantage to this one over the 8070 is this is a 5-gallon solution tank and waste tank. 1 more gallon capacity than the 8070, but the 8070, has been a pretty tried and true machine as well. I've used one, they work really well. This one has the same motor in it. It's a single 3-stage vacuum motor that's capable of 100 CFM or 130 inches of water lift. So basically how much it sucks. These are a lot higher rated than the S300, so I'm excited to test that out and see how much stuff we can get out of there. This is also heated. My S300 was not heated. This is a 1200 watt. It'll go up to 210 degrees. Like I said, I've used one of these in the past and the water is hot. It's hot enough that you get a little heat shield for the hose. And if you're not using that, you can definitely, you know, maybe burn yourself. But moving on to this. So this is how you empty the waste tank. You just pull this up, everything drains out, shut it, you're good to go. It's high enough up that if you wanted to put a bucket here and drain into it, perfect. So this is the one that you get with all of the Mytee products. It's nice and see-through. It's not bad. It definitely doesn't feel as heavy duty as the stainless steel. The stainless steel just feels a lot nicer, feels like it's built a lot better, but they both have a very similar design in the trigger here. The stainless steel one's a little bit bigger, a little bit longer. This is a rubber hose on here instead of a braided hose on this one. One of the big differences in suction, I feel like I do get a little bit more suction out of the stainless steel. If I can show you on here, so if you look at this, how it's got these little ridges in here, if you can see that. I feel like, I mean, I'm no scientist, you know, I didn't go to college. These little holes don't give you as much of like a seal on the carpet. Whereas on this one, see, we're nice and flat here. If I turn it that way, you can see, I mean, these really bite down on the carpet and you can see the carpet kind of pull up and lift with you. So again though, very important. I've used the ones that don't have the window on them, and you're just kind of guessing to see if you've pulled all the solution out of the carpet, which if you leave it behind, you know, it can get crunchy and actually attract more dirt, which is not what you want. You want to clean it. So definitely already worth it to upgrade to this. Here is our hose. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. These are actually really good quality. You've got this nice cufflink system on here. I love it. It makes it super easy. You just kind of set it on here, give it a little bit of a turn, and now it's on. Now the other thing is this is able to rotate without loosening. So as you're kind of moving around and doing all this and that, this isn't just gonna pop off. The other connection here, like I said, it's just your standard quick disconnect. You pull, stick that in, let it go. It'll be the same thing on the other end as far as hooking up to the wand. Another quick disconnect. This will be for your water. This will spray through there, and then this will hook up. You just slide this on here, just like that. You'll do this, and it's connected. Show you a couple of the other little things we got in the bag here. This is a little elbow for the drain to put it on to give you a little bit more of an angle, which I think is great. Without that, you know, you can get a lot of that dirty, nasty extracted water all over the machine, and you know, you're paying 1,500 bucks plus shipping, you know, for one of these machines. I like to keep my stuff nice because, you know, things aren't cheap. So the easier that this is for me to keep it on there, this has extended the drain out and away from the bottom of the tank here. This is the heat wrap that I was talking about. These connections on here, with them being metal, this one, not so much on the wand because this is rubber, but you're gonna have heated water that's coming through here. You can burn yourself just on the metal on these things. I mean, water boils at 220, so 210, you're just under boiling. It does make it a little more bulky. Better safe than sorry, but you know, I'm not your mom, I can't tell you what to do. So, a couple of other little things in here. We've got these little clamps. So these are gonna go over our quick connect, and these are just like a little shield to go over them. So you just kind of clamp it over like that. This will just sit over this quick disconnect right here. If you happen to drop it, this will take the brunt of the fall and not your quick disconnect. And we've got nylon socks. This is part of my night gig. This wasn't supposed to be in this box. So from here, what we're gonna do is we're gonna actually put this thing through a real world test. I've got some floor mats that are pretty dirty. We're gonna go ahead and get this thing booted up, get it filled up, show you all the steps to get it running. We'll see if it was worth the money and if it's something that you guys should look at investing in. Again, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I'm not paid by Mytee to do a review of this, but I know a lot of you guys out there are kind of questioning about getting into detail or maybe upgrading some of your equipment. Want to know if your hard-earned money is going into a good place, if it's being well spent. You know, I've made the mistake myself of kind of going with some reviews that I thought were pretty honest, and ordered some products or some tools and got them in and used them, and they sucked. I won't lead you guys astray. I'll give you a good honest opinion on it. We're gonna go ahead and get set up for that. All right, so we're gonna get into cleaning this floor mat and putting the HP60 in a real world test to give you guys my honest opinion on it. This is the floor mat that we're working with. This is out of an Infinity. As you can see, at one point in its life, it was kind of a tan. Now it's kind of a brownish gray. It's got some character. We're gonna see how well we can get all this out. So I've got my carpet cleaner hooked up. I've got a drill brush. First step's always to vacuum absolutely as much as you can. Vacuuming tends to be kind of tedious. It's a lot of work, but the more that you vacuum in the beginning, the better results you're gonna get extracting. The other thing is you don't wanna be sucking up a bunch of loose dirt and big chunks of stuff up into your extractor. They have filters built into them, but it's not gonna filter out everything. It's just not good for it. It'll give you some more longevity out of your equipment. Just treat your equipment well, clean it, do the right things. So let's start off with vacuuming. I got a bucket with some water. Did about 1.5 gallons. We're not gonna need the full 5 gallons to do one floor mat, and if you do, you're using too much water. This is gonna be our fill tank right here. Like I said, this nice door on here. They made a little cutout right here. We're just gonna dump our water right in there. Boom, close that. Always make sure that this is closed. Down is closed. You don't want to be extracting and blowing your dirty water everywhere while you're doing it. We'll get this plugged into the wall here. And this is a 15-foot hose. So like I said, the cuff link, super easy. Just put it on here, give it a little bit of a twist, and it's good to go. Quick connect, slide that back, let it go, snaps in. So first thing is we're gonna turn the heater on. I can feel it's vibrating a little bit on here. It's gonna take a while, especially the more water that you have in there to heat it up. So I would give this about 5-10 minutes to get heated up. All right guys, so it's been about 5 minutes. Water should be hot by now. So this next part is important for the longevity of your pump in here and your vacuum motor. So what you want to do here is you're going to turn your pump on. Kind of made some noise, it was priming, it stopped. So what we're going to do before we turn the vacuum on is instead of blowing this water everywhere and wasting it, we're going to open up our fill tank and we're going to spray it in here. And we're going to wait until all of the air comes out of it. So once you hear it running without any air, so it's a pretty consistent stream, then we're ready to go. Now you can turn your vacuum on. That means that your pump is completely primed. So I'm actually gonna spray this down with the hot water first. I can feel it through this hose, it's hot. Then we're gonna take our carpet cleaner. You don't need to use astronomical amounts of carpet cleaner. With this primed and ready to go, the only thing is turn on the vacuum button. So two things I want you to pay attention to is pay attention to the water that's coming out. It's actually so hot that it's steaming. And I can feel it on the hose. So I'm gonna move this heat guard up a little bit and try not to grab it. The other thing too is be cautious. This is by my leg. I can feel the heat kind of by my leg. So just be aware of it. The other thing is I just did a couple of little tests to see, you know, that 130 inches of lift, it's pulling this entire floor mat up. So I'm actually really impressed with how much suction this has. And feeling this, it's not very wet. Tons of suction, the heat's great on it. So far, I'm really, really liking this. It's not too loud either. It probably sounds pretty loud on camera, but in person, it's really not very loud. I'm gonna go ahead and continue doing the rest of this. So far, I mean, I'm blown away. This thing is great. I'm actually gonna hook up my old one and show you the suction difference between that one and this one. Also, the heat of the water is outstanding. I mean, it's so hot, like it's dang near burning my leg as it's sitting there on my leg. Yeah, this thing's working great. The floor mat's coming out awesome. Yeah, we're gonna finish up just doing this. I mean, just look at that. I mean, a thousand times better than what it was. I think it looks great. Okay, so now that we're done extracting the floor mat, we're gonna empty this, show you all the dirty stuff that came out of it and show you just how easy it is to empty this thing. I've got my little elbow here. I'm just gonna slide that on. 5 gallon, it's at the perfect height for a 5 gallon bucket. All we gotta do is pull up on this. And I mean, that water is black. So you can just see the cleaning power of this thing. It's incredible. So now that that's shut and it's not leaking any more water, let me get you guys a close up here of just how dirty this water is. I mean, it's black. Incredible cleaning power. Okay, so I've got my old S300 hooked up. I'm just gonna turn on the vacuum on here just to show you guys the difference in suction between that and the HP60. But let's just see the difference in suction. So remember, the HP60 is literally pulling this thing off of the cart. I could get it to start pulling this up a little bit, but I mean, no comparisons. They're not even in the same book. My take on the Mytee HP60 Spyder, it's amazing. I love it. Plenty of suction. The water's hot, helping break down all the grime and the gunk inside the carpet. I don't think that the dry time on this is gonna be anything. Feeling it, it's hardly damp. That's credit to their 130 inches of lift. That motor is pulling that water back out. Again, I'll have the link to everything in the description. Highly recommend it. I mean, I'm blown away by it, especially moving from such a smaller one to this one. I mean, it's great. Having the right tools for the job definitely make life a lot easier as a detailer. Is it necessary? No, you can still get good results. I got pretty good results with that thing for a few years now. Just not where I wanted them to be. A lot more dry time. It doesn't suck as much water out. You know, having to hook up fans and make sure everything's dry. You know, time is money. This thing's gonna save me a ton of time. It's gonna give me better results. If you guys have any questions for me, I'll put my contact information down at the bottom. I've been doing this for a while now. I'm totally happy to help. I'm not charging anybody for my information. I'm just wanting to pay it forward. You know, I started off, I watched a lot of guys on YouTube and trying to learn how to do this, and there's some really good dudes out there with a lot of really good information. Stay tuned because we've got some more products that are coming in that I'm gonna be unboxing and reviewing for you guys. Again, giving my totally honest opinion on them, and I can't wait. This is super exciting for me. Thanks again, guys. We'll see you soon.